Hey, we're World Entertainment, and James Gunn has been doing the rounds once again, promoting all things DC, and really giving no real clear indication of when things are coming and stuff like that. And he's also kind of confusing people again, which that story will be probably tomorrow. I'll probably drop that one. And it touches on a small bit in what we're going to go over, but he has talked a tiny bit. Literally, it's a one-line response to Superman, mainly the trailer, which he has previously said is on his hard drive. It is complete. Although there is one other thing that I can bring up about Superman that's not actually in this article. But he also talks about Brave and the Bold and what's actually happening with Batman overall. So we're going to look at this because, again, it's weird and it's interesting. And when it comes to the Batman stuff, it really seems like he hasn't a clue what he's doing and how to get there. But just before we do, yes, it is that time once again. If you don't mind doing the channel as a good solid here, and smashing the sub button, smashing like button, share buttons, all that good stuff. You guys, you've been piling in here, running the subs up. It's been fantastic. It helps the channel, gets more views on the channel, brings more people in. The more of us, the better, because we're all here for the same reasons. We're all interested in this type of stuff. We're all nerds and geeks at the end of the day, really, aren't we? And just lovers of entertainment, and we wanted to go back to being that, entertainment. So help out the channel, help us all out, smash the sub button, and cheers for being here. And now let's see what exactly James Gunn has to say about Superman's trailer, a couple of other things that's in this part, and of course Batman Brave and the Bold, which has a little bit more to it as well. So regarding Superman, he did an interview and he was asked specifically when we'll see the Superman trailer. And he simply replied, it won't be too long. I think he's dropping this next month. I really do. Either next month or maybe even the end of this month. Now the part that's not on this, that I can't say because he did confirm it. He has just done a test screening. We don't know to who. I would assume probably to Warner Brothers. But he has done a screening of Superman. And he's confirmed that. There's a photo of him and his wife on a plane. I can't remember where they're flying back to, but they're flying from LA. And he says we're on our way back to do more work on Peacemaker 2, I think. And says after screening Superman in LA. So there's no indication who he screened it to, but some people clearly have gotten to see it. So, yeah, if he's showing people like that, that's possibly, I'm going to assume it was to Warner Brothers, and they're probably giving him the thumbs up to, okay, we're happy enough with what you've done or whatever. Now you can put the trailer out, because maybe that's why we haven't seen the trailer or really anything. We haven't even seen an official poster or anything, which, again, it makes sense. We're only in November and it doesn't come out till, July? So, and then near the end of July. So, it makes sense that we haven't really seen anything, but I think he needs to make a good impression with the trailer. But he also says, in a separate conversation with Collider, he brings up a bit around Creature Commandos and stuff. So, this is what he was doing. He was actually promoting Creature Commandos, and it was suggesting that will it lead into an eventual movie. And this is what he said about this. He said, we might decide that we want to do something different with Creature Commandos. We might want to go off and make a Creature Commandos movie. I just know that I would love to have some of the same people involved, like Dean, Lorraine, who I have no idea who that is. I probably know them to see them. Maybe. I don't know. He added, I just haven't had many situations where I was able to write something, give it to some people, and then they brought me back this beautiful work. And I was like, oh shit. Well, I think we can make it better here and here and here, but it's initially good, and that's not always the case. A lot of times as a screenwriter, people would bring me something that they had directed off what I had written. And I'd go, I want to kill myself. So he's teasing a possible idea of Creature Commandos. He's also apparently said that he's working on multiple R-rated movies and shows for the DCU, which is a bit strange, to be honest. I think he's trying to now capitalize on the likes of Suicide Squad and the Penguin. I think that's what he's doing. But then we see this. There was stuff about Brave and the Bold in that first part of the article, but then another part came out that was just about the Brave and the Bold. So we get a better look at what they're doing with this. So we'll look at that now, and it says, a movie based on The Brave and the Bold was announced as part of the first Gods and Monsters chapter of the DCU slate. And while the project does have a director attached in The Flash helmer Andy Muschietti, James Gunn has repeatedly stated that the movie is still only on the very early stages of development. Bat fans may be eager to find out which actor will play the Dark Knight in the DCU. And he did currently state that no, Robert Pattinson's Batman will not be moved into the DCU. It's staying as an Elseworld thing. So he won't be coming in as the new Justice League's Batman. But Gunn has now explained why he's in no rush to debut the iconic Gotham City vigilante. This is interesting because we know that Zaslav and stuff are not happy that they are not moving quicker with Batman. So here's what he said, and this is longish. He says this: there's no set timeline for anything. The one thing that I've tried to make clear to people from the beginning, in the way that I hope we're different, is that everything in DC is going to be based on the writers. Until we have a screenplay that I'm totally happy with, that movie is not going to get made, no matter what it is. So, we have been really fortunate with some screenplays. You know, Supergirl came in and just wow. Anna did such an amazing job. The Lanterns pilot came in, and now the whole Lantern series came in. And it's like, wow, that's wonderful, wonderful work. And there's a couple of other things that people don't know about. A couple of movies and TV shows that are greenlit or near greenlit, but it's going to be based always on that, on the story, because at the end of the day, if we're happy with the story that we're telling, that's what matters most. And once The Brave and the Bold gets to that point, then we'll make the movie. So it's very interesting to hear him say, as long as we're happy and it's what we want to do. That's concerning. I think we always look at when these creators and directors and people like that start speaking like this, when they say, as long as we're happy with the story, as long as we're interested in the story and it's what we want to see. That's always concerning, because that's, well, what about what the fans want? What the fans expect? You know, fans have expectations of what these characters should be and what they want them to be. You going in there and screwing around with that doesn't work out well. Just as Zack Snyder. You know, people didn't like the fact that he had Superman kill Zod. People really didn't like the fact that, never mind that his version of Batman killed, it was his reasoning for it, which was, of course, once they told me Batman doesn't kill, I was immediately going in to go screw you and make him kill. And now James Gunn is kind of doing that same thing of, as long as we're happy with it and it's the stories we want to see and hear and stuff like that. Yeah, that's quite concerning. And again, he's saying there, we're in absolutely no rush to do it, while we know that Warner Brothers is in a rush to get Batman. And he's also said as well that the Batman Part 2 script is not finished, which is interesting because that's a total contradiction to what Matt Reeves said, because Matt Reeves said flat out, yes, the script is finished. Now, we know after the Penguin, Matt Reeves is kind of going in and obviously changing bits of it to try and add in Sophia. So maybe that's what Gunn is talking about. But the way Gunn seems to be saying it is like, oh no, there's absolutely no script to the Batman Part 2, and that just can't be true, because Matt Reeves said it's ready. He's just afraid to show people. So, I don't know, it's getting really weird. So, that's what we know about this type of stuff. Again, he has said a lot more stuff on other things, which I will get around to making videos on that. Otherwise, this thing will end up being like 20 odd minutes long or something. And we're not doing that. So, I will leave this one here for now. So, cheers, and I will catch you in the next one.